Welcome back to Teresa's Dad. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive. I have an awful, garbage, filthy mouth, so viewer discretion is advised. But if you're not into that or weird stuff in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to X out the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. Why, hello, my little Anns with E's. Yes, it's Ann with an E. Why? Because E makes it regal. That's what my mom always told me growing up, and I still believe it's true, even though I am trash. Welcome to yet another edition of one of my favorite video topics to ever talk about, where I get to show you the most basic and beautiful bitchery this side of the internet. And I find that the older I get, the more that I gravitate towards neutrals and putting towels in wicker baskets. Why? Because it just seems like a good idea. Are you on that side of TikTok? Where it's just like, how to spruce up your bathroom? And I'm like, who thought jazzing up a bathroom would be so fun? Just saying. And the next time I do this video, I'm gonna start with my Pyrex collection because it is growing. It's growing. But in today's video, I'm gonna let this Ann run wild, even though I am a little funky today with my Carrie shirt. So this is kind of not very Ann-like. I should have kind of came in with like at least a linen pantsuit, but whatever. I'm gonna let her run wild, or as wild as someone could be at an LL Bean flagship store. And we're gonna talk about the best of the best in basic bitch palettes. But before I get all Andy Rooney, a word from today's sponsor. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Y'all know I have been using HelloFresh for a long time, and I absolutely love how much they've changed how Alex and I have dinner. In the past, we would struggle to figure out what to eat and often look to takeout because we were bored with what we had in the fridge. And I don't know about you, but takeout is super expensive. So what I love about HelloFresh is that they're cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout. And with all those savings, we can splurge more on fun things like retro video game shopping because buying back your childhood is expensive, but I digress. Besides that, the best part is that we are no longer bored with dinner. With over 35 weekly recipes, there's something to please everyone. And I'm picky, and there's always something to make me happy and well fed. And HelloFresh gets better with age because you can easily customize your recipes by swapping proteins or sides, upgrading to choice proteins, or even adding protein to a veggie meal. And that's why I say HelloFresh gets better with age, because I remember a long time ago that wasn't a possibility. And now that it is, the sky's the limit when it comes to dinner. Another great thing about HelloFresh is how quick it is. If you need dinner in a hurry, their 20-minute meals and easy cleanup recipes allow you to enjoy fun times around the dinner table with loved ones and less time in the kitchen. And with the holidays just around the corner, make your life a little easier with HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TeresaIsDead18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. Again, that's HelloFresh.com and use code TeresaIsDead18 for 18 free meals plus free shipping. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video, and y'all go support the sponsors that support your garbage queen and get a good meal out of it, okay? This week we had hoisin shrimp. Ugh, so good. Anyway, in today's video, I want to talk about 6 palettes. And then I'm going to have a full-on Libra moment where I'm going to try my best to rank them from the worst to the best. Why? Because we love torturing me on this channel. So let's start with a surprising one, and that one is good old Daddy ColourPop. When this initially came out, I rolled my eyes so far out of my head they crossed state lines. And I'm talking about the C3PO palette, which I had to look at it because I often add letters. I usually say like CP3PO. I just like adding that extra P. It kind of feels more regal. Hence, and with an A. Full circle moment. If this is not the definition of a basic bitch palette, I don't know what is. As you may or may not know, I've recently joined ColourPop's PR list. I don't know why. I don't think they know why. But I thank you, Skynet. I love you. Now, full disclosure, if I didn't get this in PR, I would have never picked it up. Because why would I? Like, you have this, I have this, Margaret down the street has this. But when I tell you I had a full out-of-body orgasm when playing with this palette, it's criminal. This 9-pan neutral gold palette is something, like I said, we all have. There's nothing unique about this. But what makes them unique is the formula. Now, ColourPop in general is hit or miss for me, but this baby is 10s across the board. The mattes blend like a dream and the shimmers pop. And there's one little super shock shadow on the top. Ooh, bitch, it's good. Can you imagine that? I know. I can't either, apparently. No unnecessary glitter bukkake fucking up your day. And these golds shine brighter than Scrooge McDuck's gold, okay? They're so good. But the best part is the longevity. It's solid and there's no fading when it comes to this bad boy. And it's actually what I have on my face today. This is a foolproof palette. Looks take little to no time at all to complete. It's pretty, it's easy to use, and it's reliable. And more than anything, we love a reliable bitch on this channel, and she's reliable. Can I tell you how embarrassed I am to talk about this palette? I think people don't understand how good it is. And honestly, I don't even think the brand realizes how much of a gold mine this shit is. And again, she doesn't look like much. But I'm talking about the One Size Fantasia palette. So this is a little more than an eyeshadow palette. Technically, it's a kitchen sink palette because you have some eyeshadows, you have some blushes, and then you have like these topper shades on top. I don't have a bad thing to say about this palette at all. Nothing. And I usually have something to say about everything. There's nothing that I want to say about this palette because everything can be used. Everything looks amazing. Initially, I was just going to focus on the eyeshadows, but I was like, fuck it, no. Everything is so good. And technically, you can use these as a topper. At first, I think I was kind of like, about them, but the more that I use them, the more I realized they do work really, really well as a topper. But I think they work the best as a highlighter. The blushes as eyeshadows open the palette to be more than just another common bitch. The formula is smooth, it's effortless, and lasts literally forever. There are moments where I just did not want to take this off my face. Usually Disney makeup is really not all that great. It's usually the biggest cash grab out in these streets, but this is everything. So much so that it actually made me want to try the One Size palette. And I recently did pick it up this Black Friday, which if you haven't seen my Black Friday haul, I'll link it in the corner there. I bought a lot of weird stuff. Anyway, so if that palette's anything like this palette, I will be a happy camper. But what I like about this palette is that it's incredibly easy to use. Another palette that will just be foolproof. And I really love these beautiful rich tones. They really complement each other so well. And it's really perfect for making just rich, sultry eye looks. I love this. Plus the mirror, low-key amazing. Just saying, also pops out into a little pop-up book. How do we not love this, okay? How do we not love this? Now moving on, let's talk about some expensive basic bitchery. And I legit hate how much I like these because I feel like they are the definition of a basic bitch palette. Tom Ford is stupidly expensive, like stupidly. And while yes, it's fun that you do get a drug pouch with every compact, it's expensive. And for the longest time, I never understood the hype. Again, I just don't get rich people. It's like they want an essence of having an eyeshadow without having an eyeshadow, but let me also pay $90 for it. These little unassuming quads are so goddamn delicious. They are so good. The cream quads just make me so weak in the goddamn knees. I just can't. I can't. It doesn't make sense how good these are. Like, how is this possible? The formula is very velvety and smooth, and it blends like a motherfucking dream. They provide dimension and drama, and the perfect go-to palette if you just want a smoky eye. I had to go to a few weddings, and this was like my palette of choice. My favorite one is the Rose Topaz. I have 4 of them, but this is just my baby. This is so good. It's so good. I can't. What makes this palette amazing is the shimmers. This formula puts shimmers and metallics to shame. This little quad has no business being so blinding and so just goddamn delicious. Sure, there is a touch of bukkake, but it's forgivable because people will cower in your presence when wearing this eyeshadow quad. Like I mentioned, I have 4 of these, right? And I find that the best version of these are the ones that have that metallic formula in it. So another great one is the Violet Sateen. Ooh, bitch. Oh, that's so good. So good. This gray, Ooh, just a beautiful gunmetal cool tone gray. Has a little bit of a purple twinge to it. So gorgeous. Now the other 2 quads that I have are great too, like the khaki one as well as Tiger Eye. But I think what kind of just keeps me coming back to the other quads is that metallic shade. It's just so wet and slutty. I love it. Like I said, this is my go-to palette when I just want to be a fierce ass basic bitch. The way that this makes me look and feel is worth every goddamn penny. I've never felt so just alive. I like kind of feeling evil sometimes when wearing eyeshadow, and this just does a really good job at it, and I love it for that. Now something a little less expensive, but still really expensive, but equally as good is from Chantecaille, and the only quad that I would probably ever talk about. Because I feel like, if anything, if you learned anything from this channel, especially when talking about Chantecaille, is that I, for the most part, love them completely. The thing that is my least favorite about the brand is their eyeshadow formula. And again, maybe I don't understand rich waspy shits, but paying top dollar for a fart sprinkling of pigment is a no in my book. But this, babe, this is everything. These are tiny. These are really tiny and I hate it, and I hate how stupid and tiny they are. It's just like, I have to like just be so dainty and like, I hate that. The worst thing about it. But the quality of the shadows, oof, I overlook that annoying pan size. The mattes are pigmented. But again, much like the Tom Ford quad, it's the formula of the shimmers that really just transcend this motherfucker. They're so pigmented and sparkly. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna have a fair amount of glitter bukkake, but it's kind of worth it. And this beautiful icy shade up here, this shade makes for an amazing icy highlighter. And who doesn't love looking like an ice queen, okay? But what I love about this palette is how effortless it is. Just with 2 shadows, you can provide so much depth and dimension, it's not even funny. And the sparkle from the metallics will have everyone and their mother asking you what you have on your face. I was never one to understand a 1 to 2 eyeshadow look, but this is the palette that really kind of made me go, I get it now. It's kind of amazing how simple 1 or 2 shadows can just basically make you look like Cinderella at the goddamn ball. If Chantecaille kept this kind of formula with their other eyeshadows, I wouldn't shit on the other eyeshadows so bad. I wouldn't. So this, my friends, is worth it. The other palettes, not so much, not so much. I love this palette. Okay, I love this palette. And I take back all the horrible things I've said about Urban Decay. Yo, this actually surprised me this year. Yeah, I said, yo, get used to it. Not only did they make some of the best liquid lipsticks I have ever tried in my life, they also gave us this cutie. Sure, she's a naked palette. Sure, this product will never die and will outlive us all. He'll be next to the cockroaches and NARS orgasm. But she is special. And this is by far the best thing they have put out this year. And I'm talking about the Urban Decay Robin Eisenberg Naked Palette. I mean, artwork alone is amazing, but they really stepped up their pussies. Usually I find that the outside's amazing and the inside's blah, but this time they match the outside with the inside. This is everything I've ever loved about Urban Decay. The mattes are lovely, they're pigmented with little to no fallout, and they blend like a dream. Yes, it's definitely more colorful than your basic bitch, so if anything, this is the mullet palette out of all of these, where it's business in the front, party in the back. But what makes this palette truly, truly exceptional is the shimmers. These babies are metallic, and for Urban Decay, who normally puts out like a farting of shimmer, if you will, the fact that these are motherfucking metallic is amazing. We have all been rooting for Urban Decay, and they finally, after the 100th time, finally deliver us something that's like worth celebrating. This is a great basic bitch palette. This is a basic bitch with an edge. It's for those that are scared of color but want to dip their toe in it. And I can only hope that the brand continues with this formula. I don't understand why it's so vastly different from other palettes, but baby, keep it up with this. If you don't, I will riot. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about Glaminatrix. This is one of my favorite palettes that have come out this year, and this is the Nearly Neutral palette. Nearly Natural. I always say nearly neutral, nearly natural. I always fuck it up. Everything I've ever tried from this brand has been amazing. And usually their color stories are so bright and fun that calling it a basic bitch would be not one of the ways to describe their overall aesthetic. They usually have just like a fucking punk pop feel, and I just envision myself working in a fucking CD store in the 90s. Like, I love it. But then they released the Nearly Natural palette. This sleepy time tea palette is a staple piece. This palette has endless looks, and their formula is some of the best I have tried in a very long time. The mattes are fantastic. The shimmers are just alien slut dreams. They're wet, they're shiny, they're slutty, they're blinding. They're just so damn metallic. It's just, I can't. It's so pretty. They're so wet looking. They're so glossy. There's no patchiness, balding, or flaking. They can withstand some of the grossest weather and still look amazing. And the ratio to mattes and shimmers are perfect. Are the colors unique? Hell no. But I do love that there is a mixture of warm and cool here. So truly something for everyone. And the greens, ooh, bitch, the greens are so good. Again, another foolproof palette. This is a foolproof, reliable bitch that can be used running to Target or marrying your third husband. Who knows how the other two died? No one's gonna care because all they're gonna be doing is staring at your eye holes. This is everything. With that said, I believe it's everyone's favorite time. Let's make Theresa uncomfortable. I am Libra. And I think ranking things make me sad because I want to give everybody a first place trophy. Life isn't like that. Sometimes you need to be an Abby Lee Miller and break spirits when you unveil your pyramid. So starting at the bottom. Just felt like it was more dramatic that way. Oh God, all right, now I realize I need to really think about this. Okay, okay, give me a second. Let me drink some refresher. Let's drink some refresher. All right, so at the bottom, I'm gonna say Chantecaille. And the reason for that is, while I completely love the formula, I think what pisses me off the most is these tiny little Barbie pan sizes. Not cool. As much as I love the fucking giraffe, I love you, I love him, I just don't like the fact that there is a lot of negative space and the price of this baby is just like, for the amount of shadow that you're getting, So that's why you're number 6. I still love you though. I think you're fabulous, but that's why you're number 6. Number 5 would be, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, no, I could keep going back and forth between these two. Number 5 would be Urban Decay. Would it be though? Number 5 is ColourPop with the C3PO palette. And the only reason for that is because, well, this formula is a dream, okay, a dream for ColourPop. You can get only so many looks with this, right? It's all gonna be like a beautiful gold smoky eye, and while I am obsessed and I love it, in terms of variety, no, right? Like this is always gonna be like a companion piece and you're gonna be mixing it with other things. So just based on the amount of shadows, which I know sounds really funny because Tom Ford only has 4, but shut up. Anyway, the point is this is gonna be my number 5, okay? Number 5. Okay, I feel good about that one. Now, number 4 is gonna be Urban Decay. I love this palette. I know I talk a lot of shit about this brand, but I do have a very special place for their really weird light makeup palettes, like the Cyber palette, for example. It's actually really good and really, really pretty. And there is a special place in my heart for that. But I think at the end of the day, if I would have a preference, I think I would definitely lean towards this formula more than, say, the Cyber palette, right? This has such a good range. It's such a good range and probably the most colorful palette out of all the palettes that I'm talking about today. It's almost criminal actually, but she is basic. She's basic as fuck. The colorful one out of the bunch. So it's number 4 in terms of variety and just overall color. But my number 3, it has to go to one size. This is so good. I feel like all I've been doing for the past 2 months is literally sucking this thing off, okay? Like literally any chance I get, I'm like, I'm ready, let me tell you all about this palette. I love it because I think I was under the impression that it was going to be so stupid and gimmicky and I thought it was gonna be ridiculous. And I was like, this is gonna be so not worth the money. Joke's on me, this shit's amazing. Actually, the real reason why I picked it up is because I love their blush formula. Their blush formula is fantastic. So the fact that the eyeshadows work is a fucking bonus, okay? But I didn't realize how much I would love this whole palette. I've been using this non-stop. It's like to the point where I need to stop. Like it's an obsession. It's an obsession. It's an unhealthy one. But I love this though. I think it's still available. This will kind of blow your makeup deck out of the water a little bit. It's impressive. So that's why you are number 3. Now when it comes to the top 2, ooh, I'm struggling because, oh fuck, I'm struggling. Because in a way, I felt like I had this locked down in my head just now. And now I'm like, I don't know if I really do. Oh, this is, okay. Number 2. Number 2 is gonna go to Glaminatrix, and I want to give you a first place trophy so badly. I love this palette. I think it's fantastic and it's beautiful, and the tones and the mattes and the shimmers and their metallic goodness, everything about this is fucking wonderful. I feel like I'm on The Bachelorette and I'm just like breaking up with somebody right now. It's so bad. This is why Libras don't do shit like this, okay? I don't understand what y'all's obsession with ranking shit is. It's like, it's fucking struggle bus, okay? Anyway. No, you're not getting a rose. I forgot. You can't get a rose. The other palette's getting a rose. I love you and I think you're great. And I love the tones in this and I think it's perfect and you're amazing and you're beautiful and I love you, but I think I love the other palette more. But this is great. This is absolutely beautiful. And if you've never tried anything from Glaminatrix before, this is one of the best things to pick up. Truly is one of the best things to pick up because you get a lot of variety out of this bad boy. A lot of variety. And you always look like $1,000,000. Like, this is just beautiful. And the formula is just so scrumptious. I love it. I love you, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But my number one, which is something that's so surprising to me, but it's Tommy Ford. And the reason for that is not you. I don't know. Where's the other one? Just like, not you. I like the other one. Rose Topaz is, I look like I ate this palette, okay? Like, there's definitely some dents in this one. As a makeup review channel, right, I try a lot of stuff. And if I go back to something time and time again, then I definitely like note that, right? So when I do my reviews or my best ofs or whatever the case may be is, I let you know, like, hey, like, this is the one that I keep going back to. And now all these palettes that I'm talking about today, I have gone back to on a number of occasions. But this is the one that no matter where I go, whether it's to a wedding or when I was on a cruise or I took that other trip to New York, I always pack this one with me. This is my staple palette. This is a little 4-pan bullshit palette that has everything that I need. I love the mattes. I love how silky and smooth they are. I love that they have amazing longevity. And I love these shimmering metallics. They're stunning. They're so wet and juicy, and it just makes your eyes just pop. They pop so goddamn much. And when you pair this with, say, a blue eyeliner or a multi-chrome eyeliner, it's like adding the cherry on a sundae. You know what I mean? Like, it's perfect. This little quad, especially the Rose Topaz, is my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. I love this thing so goddamn much. So much so that I actually need to go buy a backup, because if they ever stop making this one, I would be devastated. Fucking devastated, okay? Might as well bury me with my makeup mausoleum, because I don't think I could ever love something as much as I love this. This is good. She's expensive. She's ridiculous. So if you ever see a sale, pounce on that bitch, because that's the best you're ever gonna do, okay? Because right now I think Sephora is having a 20% off sale or something where it's any tier. Get this. It's just so good. And I know a lot of people don't like the formula, but fuck them. Fuck them. I don't care. More for me. I don't give a shit. These are so good. They are so good. And that's why, babe, you're number one. You're number one. Yes, I'm only making like maybe 2 looks out of this, but they're 2 looks that I'm okay with literally for the rest of my life. Yeah, I said it. Those are some heavy fucking claims, but I'm happy and you make me proud and I love your face, and that's why you're number one. Okay, now I'm mentally exhausted. I need to go lay down. Anyway, now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below, what are your basic bitch palettes? I also have several iterations of this video. Please go check the rest of them out. I think what I want to do is I kind of want to get to 10 and then have like, maybe we'll do it in March, like a March Madness, but like a basic bitch madness palette where we'll have brackets and they'll fight each other and it'll be a whole thing that this Libra is already having a panic attack about, but whatever, it's going to be fine. So I definitely want to get to 10 of these and then have them all battle. Yeah, I think that should be really, really fun. But I would love to hear from you, and I would love to know what your basic bitch palettes are. Let me know, because maybe I have tried them, maybe I haven't, and I always like trying new things. And of course, if you have thoughts about any of these palettes today, let me know, because I love hearing from you. And with that said, I want to say thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. And y'all, thank you so much for just hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, it's free, and hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I know I'm gonna try to be better on TikTok. I feel like my presence is needed. And of course, my beautiful patron and YouTube members, thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting, filthy, trashy, really filthy, really gross, really nasty, really disgusting, really garbage boat afloat. I couldn't do without you. I love your adorable little delicious faces. And I just wanna gobble you all up so you live inside my belly and we can be one, because it'll be a great old time, and then we could all be basic together. If you want to know what's currently on my face, everything you need to know will be listed in the description box below. And I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.